"In the back of my mind, you died" is kind of like the storytelling aspect of the lyrics that came before it, in a way that it builds up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died.
David Anthony Burke, a former Fortnite gamer who seemingly transformed from a TikTok phenomenon into a genuine mainstream artist. With his debut album reaching the top 10 charts, a performance on Jimmy Kimmel's show, and connections with major stars, his future was at the peak of his career. However, everything collapsed when the entire world came to know him through a much darker event. The case began with a horrifying discovery. On September 8, 2025, employees at a tow lot in Hollywood called police after detecting a strong putrid odor emanating from the trunk of a Tesla. Inside the trunk, police discovered a human body wrapped tightly in plastic. The body was so heavily decomposed that it was initially mistaken as having been dismembered, a horrific detail later explained as natural decomposition in an enclosed, hot environment. Just days later, the victim's identity was confirmed as Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a 15-year-old girl who had been reported missing from Lake Elsinore, California, in April 2024. The biggest shock came from the car's owner. This Tesla with Texas license plates was registered under the name of David Anthony Burke, also known as D4VD, the young singer globally famous for his melancholic love songs dominating the charts. Immediately, social media exploded. A young star, a corpse in a car, and countless unanswered questions. Could the body of the missing teenager be connected to this singer at the height of his career? David Anthony Burke was born on March 28, 2005, in Queens, New York, and grew up in Houston, Texas. A boy of the generation born alongside the internet, raised with streaming and online communities. From a young age, David was obsessed with games and anime. This habit led him to Twitch, where he began building a small audience through Fortnite streaming sessions and other gaming content. He once shared, "I was homeschooled. I wasn't really shaped by my surroundings at all. It was mainly that I was too addicted to the internet. The internet was really what I considered my entire life. If you asked me where I came from, I'd say the internet." Everything began to change when he accidentally ventured into music. To avoid copyright claims when making background music for Fortnite montages, he started composing and recording his own songs. No studio, no crew. David used his iPhone and his mother's closet as a recording space. The sound was raw, complete with fan noise, but his first song touched the hearts of lonely souls online. The musical breakthrough came in 2022 when David released Romantic Homicide, a song that opened with a haunting confession. "In the back of my mind, I killed you. I didn't even regret it." A snippet spread on TikTok, and the song exploded with its dark melody, haunting lyrics, and film noir visual style, turning D4VD into a viral phenomenon, landing him on the international Billboard Hot 100 and paving the way for a contract with Darkroom Interscope. A miracle for an unknown boy with no record label backing. Subsequently, Here With Me continued to become a phenomenon, echoing in millions of love videos worldwide, solidifying his position on Spotify, TikTok, and streaming platforms. It transformed the former streamer into a sought-after artist in the industry. Over the following years, D4D expanded his influence. He was invited to contribute vocals to major project soundtracks, including contributions to Arcane Season 2's soundtrack, appeared on late-night television stages like Jimmy Kimmel Live, and collaborated with various brands' entertainment partners. These milestones not only showed his emergence from online spaces, but also established him as one of the influential young voices at the intersection of alternative/indie and modern pop. The public began building an image for D4VD, a gentle young black man born in 2005, writing dark but romantic music. The image of a young man in a hoodie, standing and singing sad love songs, making millions of female fans cry. However, behind those gentle ballads, people began to recognize a much more frightening underlying meaning. By 2024 to 2025, D4VD had released EPs and albums, toured internationally, and shared stages with major artists. His commercial success was demonstrated through massive streaming numbers and chart positions, making him one of the most watched faces of the internet artist generation. In Romantic Homicide, David sang about killing someone in his mind, without regret, without remorse. In the back of my mind, I killed you, I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you, initially explained by David as metaphor. I didn't kill her physically, but in my mind, she was dead. However, in the current context, the biggest question arises, is this merely art or a crime diary encoded in melody? He even created an alter ego named Itami, described as his evil alternative self or killer. In several live streams, he himself admitted that my music is what I really think about. I don't try to pretend. The chilling truth here is that D4VD's most famous songs resemble a crime diary written in melody. And when police found Celeste's body in the trunk of his Tesla, those lyrics suddenly became evidence, no longer just art. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a 15-year-old girl of Latin American descent with an innocent smile, gentle and friendly personality. Before the name Celeste Rivas Hernandez became linked to David's Tesla, she was just a small face among thousands of missing child posters plastered across America. This name once appeared on a missing person poster from Lake Elsinore, California, in April 2024, when she was only 13 years old. Her family reported to police after the girl left home to meet a boyfriend named David. Celeste's missing poster described her wearing grey pants, a black sweater, and Hello Kitty slippers. But like many other missing minor cases, the story gradually sank beneath the surface, giving way to other breaking news. Celeste's search poster was once rapidly shared across social media communities, then disappeared into oblivion, leaving behind a family shattered in despair. A year later, when police opened the trunk of the black Tesla, they discovered a female body tightly wrapped in plastic. The decomposition process initially made the body appear dismembered, but forensic results brought Celeste's name back: approximately 5 feet 2 inches tall, wavy curly hair, along with a SH tattoo on her right index finger. When found, she was wearing a yellow metal bracelet, small stud earrings, black curly hair, dressed in a tube top and black leggings. Celeste's mother broke down in tears upon receiving the news. She told the press that as soon as she heard about the body in David's Tesla, she immediately found it suspicious because her daughter once had a boyfriend, also named David. A strange coincidence, but for a mother who lost her child, it was like another knife twisting in the wound. Celeste's shadow haunted David's entire public life. A former teacher of Celeste revealed that the girl had met David online when she was 13, ran away from home, was brought back by police, but then disappeared again in May 2024. Additionally, Celeste was remembered by local residents as a girl with black curly hair, often seen going to school, carrying a backpack, wearing Hello Kitty slippers, simple, familiar images. Neighbors said they used to see the girl walking to school, appearing in the neighborhood daily before she disappeared. From a teenage girl who loved Hello Kitty, Celeste suddenly became a victim in one of Hollywood's most shocking cases. When Celeste's name became linked to David's Tesla and was exposed, the internet exploded. The online community didn't just mourn, but plunged into searching for the truth. And surprisingly, all the clues had been right before everyone's eyes, just waiting to be pieced together. But now, when Celeste's name appeared in the victim files, those lyrics rang out like a cleverly disguised confession. It didn't stop there. TMZ released an unreleased demo in which David directly mentioned the name, "Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed." That name Celeste, coincidence or a chilling match? Suspicion exploded further when netizens dug up a Twitch livestream where David accidentally mentioned Celeste. The clip spread like wildfire, becoming indirect evidence of the mysterious connection between him and the victim. It didn't end there. Leaked Discord messages revealed a relationship beyond friendship, romantic messages, promises, even hints at a secret only the two of them knew. Some excerpts even suggested that Celeste had appeared in David's private space. On TikTok and Instagram, sharp-eyed fans pointed out numerous small details: a Hello Kitty item placed oddly on a shelf, a schoolgirl's bracelet in the frame, or the silhouette of a long-haired girl reflected in a mirror. Each detail initially seemed harmless, but when connected, they constructed a terrifying picture. There were even rumors that Celeste had been pregnant, based on cryptic statuses David had posted. Though unconfirmed, the mere thought was enough to enrage public opinion and throw David into the center of criticism. The wave of online investigations surged. International fans excavated his lyrics. When placed alongside Celeste's image, these songs no longer carried romantic meaning, but transformed into chilling words hinting at a real tragedy. The entire world seemed to transform into a detective team, searching for traces of Celeste in every note and every frame of David's content. After social media erupted with suspicions from lyrics, Discord, TikTok, Instagram, police refocused on the most crucial evidence, the black Tesla containing Celeste's body. While music and internet content could be considered speculation, data from the Tesla was irrefutable evidence. Tesla is famously known as the talking machine. More than just a car, it records every detail of journeys, GPS positioning, dash cameras, motion sensors, even the history of trunk openings and closings. And from this, police discovered a chilling truth. Celeste's body wasn't recently placed there, but had been lying in the trunk for many days before the car was towed to the impound lot. In the forensic report, the plastic pieces wrapped around the victim's body completely matched the remaining wrap roll found in David's apartment. Fabric fibers and microscopic traces on Celeste's clothing were also determined to match items in the car, but the most important part lay in the electronic data. Police confirmed the most recent trunk opening occurred precisely during the time period when Celeste went missing. When cross-referencing GPS data, they saw the Tesla had traveled through several suspicious locations, including a vacant lot where screaming had been reported on the night Celeste disappeared. Security cameras around that area, though blurry, still captured a figure stepping out of the car, tall, thin build, wearing a hoodie, matching David's description. Each piece of data was like a small puzzle piece, and when assembled, the picture emerged too clearly. No longer cryptic lyrics, no longer ambiguous status updates, no longer conspiracy theories on social media. These were scientific evidence, cold and precise, from the very car David had once proudly driven across stages. Ironically, the Tesla, a symbol of modernity and safety, became the silent witness accusing its own owner. While in the early stages of the case, the online community could still argue that everything was just speculation, now that data from the car was released, all suspicion converged on one name, David Anthony Burke, also known by his stage name D4VD. Nevertheless, it's important to reiterate, up to this point, investigative developments were still ongoing and law requires relying on evidence, forensic testing, and official investigative data. News about the Tesla and Celeste's body spread like wildfire. The online community erupted, millions of comments flooded TikTok, Reddit, Discord. There were Twitch chat scenes when David appeared with Celeste. People in the chat room directly called him a PDF file, alluding to crimes against minors. The jokes, the crying, laughing emojis now became evidence showing everyone had known, but remained silent. The deeper they dug, the more shocked public opinion became. Someone had written, "So, she was pregnant." Allegedly, this man is going to the deepest pits of hell, raising rumors that Celeste was pregnant. Status updates hinting at me and "deleted user got a kid on the way" on Discord made everything even more sinister. For the public, this wasn't just a case, but the tragedy of a teenage girl swept into the vortex of fame and obsession. Public pressure became a nightmare for the music industry. On the day Celeste Rivas was identified as the deceased girl found in D4VD's Tesla in Los Angeles, California. September 17, 2025, D4VD deleted 6 videos from his YouTube channel. Brands that had previously collaborated with him didn't hesitate. Crocs, Hollister, and many fashion brands simultaneously announced suspending content featuring him until investigation conclusions were reached. Media companies completely removed promotional content. Spotify and Apple Music faced boycott calls. This decision was made amid public demands for companies to be decisive with any figures involved in the incident. Meanwhile, information flow from the investigation also increased the drama. Police had searched a house related to David and seized computers along with many electronic devices as evidence, a move that made many believe the investigation was going deeper. Authorities announced they were analyzing data, while the artist's representatives said he was fully cooperating with authorities. Simultaneously, law enforcement had not yet announced any criminal charges against him. Within just a few days, the global tour David was preparing was postponed, the deluxe album release was suspended, musical collaborators began distancing themselves to avoid being implicated. From the spotlight to comprehensive blacklisting, stages that once welcomed him now stood empty. Advertising campaigns featuring his image were deactivated to minimize brand risk. A 2005-born artist once praised as the voice of Gen Z now became a name associated with crime. Social media became like a public court. Analysis videos, hypotheses, even memes spread at breakneck speed. This is why, despite the absence of official charges, the public had almost delivered a verdict online before any actual court. Some called this the biggest online trial of 2025, where every netizen became a juror. Ultimately, the shock wasn't just the collapse of a name, it was a bigger question about how our society handles serious accusations when evidence is amplified on the internet, where everything can be spread, exaggerated, and transformed into proof in the public eye. Although scattered facts have been pieced together into a terrifying picture, D4VD's Tesla case still leaves countless gaps. What really happened that fateful night? Did the victim willingly step into the Tesla, or was the girl lured? This question remains unanswered to this day. Police confirmed they are awaiting forensic examination results to determine the cause of death. This is the crucial factor. Was the death a homicide, an accident, or was there another medical cause? Until results are released, all hypotheses on social media remain mere speculation. Another mystery lies in the relationship between David and the girl called Celeste. Leaked chat excerpts, Twitch clips, and details meticulously scrutinized by the online community seem to indicate a connection between the two. But so far, police have not confirmed the authenticity of this evidence. In fact, David's representatives stated that much online content is inference and does not reflect the truth. It's also worth reiterating, as of now, no criminal charges have been filed against David. He is still fully cooperating with the investigation, and the law requires following procedures based on forensic evidence and collected data, not judgment from online communities. D4VD's Tesla case is more than just a crime story. It exposes the dark side of the digital age, where every live stream moment, song lyric, or detail in a photo can be reinterpreted and become evidence. The internet has turned the entire world into a detective team, but simultaneously transformed public opinion into a harsh court. The consequence is that a young star's career at its peak collapsed almost entirely within days. Companies withdrew contracts, tours were suspended, products were halted. Alongside this, a young girl lost her life, and the truth about that death has yet to be clarified. Justice can only be served when based on real evidence and legal procedures, not mob judgment. While the truth is still being investigated, the most important thing we can do is respect the victim so as not to turn a teenage girl's death into social media entertainment, and respect the law so that no one is convicted solely by rumors and speculation. Let us follow this case with clarity, because only when the truth is revealed will we know whether this is the tragedy of a fallen star or another testament to the cruelty of digital age public opinion. Comment below the video. If this story was helpful, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share with those who need to know.